Guys, you got to deal with some height on their side down low. Just talk about how that changes your game, if it changes it at all.
Yeah, it changes it a little bit from a strategy standpoint. I mean, those guys are really big and really good and inside 10 to 5 feet. So our motto was just try to push them out, be a little bit more physical, but also just try to use our quickness against them. Myself, Royce, and Perry were pretty quick bigs. I mean, they're probably quicker than me, but we're all pretty quick bigs. And we're just trying to utilize our quickness and power against those guys.
After losing in week 1 when Royce White was ejected in the first few minutes and Gill didn't play, enemies have been undefeated.
Hey, yo, whoa. All right, go ahead. I'm kidding, go ahead.
What's been the key to success for the club when you guys all in your first year of Big 3 play?
I think the first game is just kind of a mad hatter, rat race out there. We were all trying to just figure out the rules and everything like that. And then me being ejected and that little chaos didn't help either. But we arguably should have still won that game. And then if I'd have been playing, we definitely probably would have had the upper hand in that game. We didn't have Gill either the first week. So, I mean, I think our team's coming together the way it was always going to.
And I think just learning the 3-on-3 basketball game is a little bit different from 5-on-5. So it's a little bit more of a strategy, and I think we've gotten better each game.
Yeah, what both of them said, for sure.
Talk about how it's different, 5-on-5, 3-on-3.
Well, ain't no transition,
Yeah.
so we kind of made our own transition to make it simulate, for people that like to play in transition, like me and Royce. Like we try to use that into our strategy, into our game plan, just try to do something they ain't really never seen, so that'll give us an advantage.
Are there certain drills that you guys do throughout the week to help with that? With like creating transition at the half-court game?
Oh yeah, 3-man weave, full court, do stuff like that.
It's almost like a rebounding drill too, because when you get the rebound, you got to clear it. So it's just all about getting the ball out, clearing it, and then seeing the options that we have.
It's also really, really physical. You guys talked a little bit about their bigs and things like that. In a game where one shot equals 2 and they get the ball back, how important is it to be able to play solid defense in the post without not drawing the fouls, but without fouling? I'm sorry.
Well,
it's hard because pride come in because you don't want somebody to score on you.
You don't want to get pushed around.
Yeah,
no, but I mean, at the same time, I think everybody's trying to calibrate the amount of force you can use on any given spot in the court. Because half court is, the brand of the league is supposed to be more physical, but then yet, it's still basketball. So I think people are just trying to calibrate out there. I know for me, I'm always going to try and play strong and physical. Big Rick told me to think about taking a charge. I told him absolutely not. There'll be no charges taken for me this season. But like I said, Greg plays big and strong, and Ryan played big, strong, and Rhino here is playing strong. So, I think we just got to focus on playing strong. And when you take the easy way out, I just always feel like, I don't trust that. I just trust playing physical, playing strong, and going after it.
With the physical play, of course, tempers run hot, games on the line.
Yeah.
You and Holland exchanged.
Yeah, the game was never on the line.
Well, in other situations, the game may be on the line. You guys are playing physical, you're bumping around.
Yeah.
It's easy for tempers to run hot. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. How are you able to kind of simmer down a little bit? Because I know you and Ryan were going back and forth a little bit.
I thought it was just like fun. Where I'm at every day, we exchange punches. We try and choke each other out. We try and knock each other out. So for me, I was just having a little bit of fun with him. And he can't get hot. That's why I think his immediate reaction was what I respect. Like, hey, hold on, don't get out my face. But after we were able to just take a second away, it's like, no, we cool, we boys. So I think it should be like that. I think the Big 3 should continue to let the game be like that. I think the NBA is far too soft. People are far too sensitive around trash talk or even physical altercation. And the fans love it. You know what I mean? The fans want to see people go after it and have passion, and that's just an example of passion.
Guys, what was your reaction to the Lamar news and all the players that got a kick after?
I don't know nothing about that Lamar situation. I will say, though, that I had an off game today primarily because my tights were not working well. I had the wrong size tights on, Today,
He changed like 4 times before the game.
you know, I don't know. I brought my own tights.
Okay.
My own tights had some type of ink on them that had spilled, and so I had to revert to another pair of tights, and then those weren't fitting properly. So I was really, out of sorts underneath my uniform. So excuse my poor play today, team.
It's all good.
All right, we got the W, man. We all win.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, doubling back. Last week, I didn't even recognize you had kind of an unconventional double-double, the 8 points, 10 rebounds, and 10
8, 10,
assists.
10.
How much do your other teammates, how much does that attest to him being sort of a utility player and just kind of the diversity that he allows or brings to the team?
Yeah, that just shows his versatility. I think Royce is he's a really good player. And once you get out there in the open, especially in the 3-on-3, you'll get to see him utilize his skills to the fullest. And last game was just one of many. This guy's gonna have a big year for us. We still got a lot of games to go, and you will see a lot more of that too.
And a lot of people forget he's been doing this forever, and when he was with Iowa State, he led his whole team in every category. That's something that a lot of people can't do.
I ain't never
only a few people can do that.
I think he's the only one to do it that year.
Yeah, for sure, he was the only person. So,
But
a lot
at
of
the
people
same
forget.
time, I respect what these guys are saying, and it's a lot of love coming from them, especially me and Perry, we played together. We around the same age, but I really grew up watching this guy play right here, so I'm having a fun time. A lot of times just throwing the ball into him and watching him work. And I think what people are underestimating right now, and like the league's early on in its inception, and one of the things that's always going to be a primary focus is like conversations about who's the leading candidate for MVP, who's leading the league in scoring, who's shooting his percentage. We got 6 guys right here that any given game somebody could contribute in a major way. Like today, Perry had an incredible game, and if we kept feeding him, he could have done even more. Yeah. Rhino's been playing consistent, so I think for us, like the main focus is to just not worry about stats at all. You know what I mean? Like today, I didn't play particularly well, stat-wise, off of just having a triple-double, but that can't be our focus. We let all the other teams focus on trying to prove something. We know the players that we are when it boils down to it.
And we're really unselfish, and we just having fun, and we know sharing the ball is going to be fun for all of us. So that's what we do. If whoever hot get the ball, if you're not hot, we're going to find a way to get you hot, and that's just how we're going to continue to move, and that's how we're going to continue to get W's.
I know you guys mentioned you guys don't really follow stats, but you guys mentioned MVPs and skills out here. I'm just trying to bring this up. Frank, you've been known as a scrapper and kind of rebounding most of your career. The truth is, you can kind of kill the league this year. Coming today, you were second in points per game, third in field goals made, and most surprisingly, you were second in 3-pointers made. What was the biggest reason you kind of expand your game this year, really kind of step out of your usual role and really kind of being more of a scorer this year?
I think this is the first time I'm able to show my whole game. I think I've been versatile my whole life, learning each and every position. In the NBA, my early years, they called me a tweener. There wasn't no real position for us tweeners. Now it's an opening for us, and I'm just thankful to have the opportunity to show that. I'm getting to play freely, and you can know if you play on the NBA team sometimes, unless you're the star player, you don't get that freedom. But to be with these guys and to have some freedom and be able to play and showcase my skills is great.
Just to follow up, was there any specific reason given for the deactivations of those players, I guess?
We don't know. I think that's something you guys got to talk to Clyde and Cube about. That's above our heads.
For sure.
But we wish everybody well. There's no ill intent. We love LO, and that's just what it is. It's a part of the business. It sucks. It happens in the NBA and overseas all the time. So it's unfortunate.
Any other questions? Last week it was Scalabrini and Ball Hogs. This week it was Rhinos and Aliens. Next week you guys get Trilogy. Anybody on the hit list?
I don't know. You would just have to wait.
Tune in.
And then wait and see.
But today the men in black prevailed.
For sure.
We defended Earth.
Any more questions?
Thank you
I
guys.
appreciate y'all.